Fellow adventurers, please come to your seats at this time. We need everybody to work your way carefully in. I realize it's difficult. We're stuffing 20 pounds of adventurers in a 15-pound adventure sack. But come find your place as best you can so we can get this show on the road. Again, please advance to your tables, your chairs. If you don't have one, sit on someone's lap if necessary. We have some volunteers out here, Dave, and we'll get started in just a couple of minutes.
I just realized I have no idea what my sister did. We'll see you afterwards.
I love this intro.
I'll stand back and watch
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and fellow adventurers, please, at this time, go to your seats. We're going to be starting on time in 2 minutes. Please go to your seats. Thank you.
Assuming you are a virgin, step to the outside of the circle.
Early morning civil service position like in Cairo.
Oh, get out of here.
I want to. What? Don't walk.
Oh.
What? Don't walk. Run, you silly boys and come on.
So, some of you may know my full name and what it means, and some of you may not. Some of you may not care, but you're stuck here, so here it comes. My full name is La Route de l'Amour, which loosely translates to the road to love. Yeah, pretty special, pretty special.
slip this idea for everybody's idea. I wish I was a little Marshall. Marshall!
Do you know what I do all day? What do you do all night? Paint. Oh yes, it's back and forth and it. I can't get enough.
Our favorite breakfast, a big bowl of cheese.
You know, Professor, Jinkies is the perfect cereal for adventuring.
Sure is, Pamelia, because Jinkies is high in protein, high in fiber.
And when hurled at a high velocity, Jinkies can render an opponent unconscious.
Jinkies is the only breakfast cereal aerodynamically designed with metal edges.
And when combined with its amazing laxative properties,
It's always an adventure when you go.
jump up, Jinkies.
There was a tavern. Remember how we'd laugh away the hours and dream of all the great things we would do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Adventures in Charities! The very last Adventures in Charity. But we have a marvelous cast for you! Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Reed, Bill Karl, Gover, John Connon, Eric Pinder, Karl Anthony, all the way making the trip from Tacoma, Washington, Doug Mackay. We have Becker, Mark Miller, Meghan Moroney, Sheila Ward, no favorites, Mary Thompson Hunt, Andrea, Canny, Don McFarr, Jim Roberts on keyboard. Welcome to Adventures in Charity!
Soon the busy years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions on the road. It's really low. If by chance I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were our days.
There's more!
Gradually, agitated and everything. What was it? No, kidding, I get it. Through the doors there came familiar laughter. Through the door there came drunken laughter. Your face had heard you call my name.
No, man.
My friends
minutes of the show. That's all. No.
Lights, please.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the cast awkwardly exits, let's give them another round of applause. As they meander. Everybody doing right? All right, very good. My name's Graham Murphy. Welcome to Adventures in Charity. We have a wonderful, wonderful lineup for you tonight. All sorts of wonderful things at the silent auction to check out. Lots of little news briefs will be coming your way. But before any further ado, I talk for a living. You never know. I'd like to bring up our producer, Mr. Robert Crosscurry.
Thank you. Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers in Kungaloosh. You know, the reason why we get all the Disney people that are cast members out at this time is because we're going to make all of you feel like you really were in the Adventurers Club, and the way you're stuffed in right now, you feel like you're in the Adventurers Club the last week, right? Because we didn't want anybody to be left out of this wonderful experience. However, to do it correctly, I'm not worthy, as you know, to do this properly. The person that founded the Adventure Club, nay, all of Pleasure Island, would be Merriweather Pleasure, and I understand that he's present, so let's bring Merriweather Pleasure up with a big round of applause. And I will turn the microphone over.
Never gets old, does it? Evolution, adventure. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. It's been a fantastic weekend. I must thank two individuals for finding the Funmeister totem last night, Charles Thatcher and Flying Jack Grayson. Over there, look at them. They actually beat Colonel Wayne Phoenix Swagger in a very final, down-to-the-minute, amazing. Thank you. Anyway, so thank you for finding the title. It was fantastic. No, you're welcome. Okay, thank you. So we're going to continue with learning how to become a member of the Adventurers Club. First, we're going to be learning the club salute. So we're going to take our right hands, put them splayed over your belly button. Any lower, be a completely different salute. Wave it back and forth like a fish, swing upstream. Take a drink of an invisible drink. Salute the heavens and say, Kungaloosh! Of course, Kungaloosh is the all-purpose Adventurers Club word. It can mean different things based on the inflection. Hello, Kungaloosh. Goodbye, Kungaloosh. Yes, be quick. The love is approaching the village. Kungaloosh. Now, turn to an adventurer and say Kungaloosh to them. Kungaloosh. Kungaloosh, Kungaloosh, Kungaloosh. Now, of course, this is something when you're adventuring across the country, across the world. If you see someone who has that steely gaze of an adventurer, stare at them, give them a salute, they give it back. You now have adventurer's privilege. You can spend an entire week bored with them for the entire week. It's fantastic. If they don't return it, turn and run, you're going to be arrested. Now we're going to learn the Adventurers Club Creed, put down in 1927 by myself. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. No. Yes. Yes. Oh, Merriweather. We climb the highest mountains. Just to get a better view. We plumb the deepest oceans. Because we're daring through and through. We cross the scorching deserts. Martini in our hands. We ski the polar ice caps. In tuxedo looking grand. We are reckless, brave, and loyal. And valiant to the end. If you come in here as a stranger, you'll exit as a friend. Kungaloosh! Excellent. You're 2/3 of the way to the full adventurer's scholarship. Now, turn this over to the Colonel.
Well, at this time we need a volunteer because we need. Knuckles has departed.
Yes.
He's not really there. Knuckles has departed, so we need a volunteer to do the keyboard. Oh, Hank? Did someone say Hank would do the keys for us? Well, come on up. Well, please, come on up and assist, young man. Just go right in there. Big hand for Hank the Chief. Because as you know, the last thing left, and we're not going to do all the shtick with it because I want to get to the real entertainment, is we're going to do the adventurers. I'm sorry. Did you need to do it somewhere? We're going to do the Colonel's all-purpose adventuring song. And so we need a key. Hank, can you figure out a key for us here?
You have plenty to choose from.
You got there's a black one and a white one. Just get a couple.
1 second.
He's conferring with.
He's working out which one middle seat. It's the one in the middle. Marching along, we're adventurers, singing the song of adventurers. Up or down, north, south, east, or west, and adventurers, life is best. One more time. Marching along, we're adventurers, singing the song of adventurers. Up or down, north, south, east, or west, and adventurers, life is best. And adventurers, life is best. Congratulations! And now, folks, before we really get this show on the road, we are going to do one last thing, and that is tell you about voting. Because there are a lot of charities represented. Last Adventures in Charity, and this is the final one. We didn't get all the tokens back. So please use your chips and vote for all these great charities, because the way this works, in case you didn't know it, is 70% is divided on all of the charities. The top 3 vote getters get an additional spiff. The third place vote getter will get an additional 5% of that money, the second place an additional 10%, and the first place vote getter an additional 15%. They're all worthy charities. We're glad to support them, so thanks for coming out. And now, without any further ado, the one and only Graham Murphy!
That's MC Graham Murphy. It's grammar time. You folks are so easy. Please remain so. Lots of fun things. They're like, look what we have here. Not Babylonia.
No.
It's Babylonia.
It is me, Babylonia.
Almighty, for copyright infringement purposes, must be Babylonia.
Yes, it's I, Babylonia, the great Fabellini, Fabulosio, Fabahoo. I am here to talk about my charity.
Oh, really? You have a charity?
It's a dried up quarry in Bloomington, India. Lots of things in here are drying up, and that's just one of them.
Well, Babs, here we are, our very final adventures in charity.
I would cry tears out of my eyes, but as you can see, my eyes don't move.
No, there wasn't time or budget for that, I'm afraid.
Which sadly means I'm fixated on Julie, who is already pelvic thrusting in the aisle.
Yes.
Security.
Julie, let's keep the aisle dancing to a minimum for silence. So people...
Your mic goes out.
My charity is for new microphones. Yeah, very good. Babylonia, you're the sister of
Babylonia, my sister is yeah. She's hanging out at Jock Lindsay's hangar bar.
I hear she's doing great.
She's in a crate.
Oh, crate.
Now,
she's doing crate.
Yeah. Now, Graham.
Yeah.
I am, the big head honcho here.
Yes, you come from a family of big heads.
Yes.
We have a special guest who's a little head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would pay for a little head.
Well, we'll find out what his charity is. Oh, weasel. let's make this a little
Yes,
better
I
for
will
you.
put more love into it, but I don't have it. Give me a mic. What do you...
Oh no, it's raining. It's all going to heck in a handbag.
There you go.
Hello, Weezer.
That's right, it's Weezer. Copyright infringement. It's a Weezer with the B. I will do my best shout in Eston. Done no more to hell.
Very good. Now that's
They killed the clubber, now they want to keep it dead. Whatever.
I know. They blew it up and made a wall where BET was. That's.
Oh, no. Babylonia.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a Babylonia. It's Babylonia.
Babylonia with a B.
Easy, you can
It's not Liza with a Z, it's Babylonia with a B.
You cannot put anything past her. She always had a good head on her shoulder.
Oh yes.
Thanks for bringing up the...
She always had good head.
Yeah. Well, and you have a lot in common. You're just heads.
What I do? When I get around.
Oh yes. They remember. So that's a very different kind of turban.
But yes, that's right. You know that the charity I'm doing is, you can tell about it, you got the little sheet there, yes?
The charity
The
that you're doing?
charity, and everyone can give to this charity.
Oh, you really?
That's right, everyone can give to this charity by only $1 or $2.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're referring to, ladies and gentlemen, when you walked in, I don't know if you noticed, but there was cards with rainbow ribbons. These little rainbows right there, this is the Rainbow Ribbon Project. It was started right after the Pulse tragedy by Ben Johansson. He's the one of the owners of Embellish Effects. He can't make it here this evening, but he's helped to sponsor some elements of the show. Let's give him a round of applause.
Clap for me, clap for me.
Our goal before the night is over is to have everybody wearing one of these ribbons for a minimum donation of $1. You can get one. They were at the check-in. We'll bring them in and have them. We'll have them put on the table for the silent auction back there, and you can put money in a little box there and grab a ribbon. Part of the money, of course, it goes to awareness. But some of the money goes to LGBTQ kids who want to go to college, but their parents have kicked them out and disowned them. So we encourage you to just pop $1 in the box, more if you feel like it. It'd be wonderful if everybody was wearing a ribbon by the end of the night.
I cannot wear a ribbon, otherwise I would have to do like Johnny Rotten. I'd have to put it through my cheek or something. It's a pin, it's a pin. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Yeah.
You know, Graham, I've always been very sympathetic because I'm Omni myself.
You're Omni?
Well, there is bi and pan. I'm Omni. I will do anything.
So you're genie fluid.
I've got 5 minutes on genie fluid. I got 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Weasel and Babylonia. Oh my God. All right, let's bring up the lovely Meghan Moroney, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Meghan, darling, here's the mic.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about your charity.
I have chosen Better Life Pet Rescue.
Oh, yes. We have another one. Is it Dawn? Come on up here.
Oh, hi, Dawn.
That's right.
Come, she's on
Ladies
her
and
way.
gentlemen, Dawn McFarr. That's why it says Meghan and
We
Dawn.
have indeed.
Yes.
Thank you. I chose that because, of course, Jody Chase is a magnificent performer in the Central Florida area. Many of you know her as well. But she is, yes, absolutely. Round of applause for Jody Chase because she's freaking awesome. I personally found a kitten in the parking lot of Universal Studios around Horror Nights around 10 years ago. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this. And she helped me get the cat to the vet and make sure it was okay and everything was good, and she helped me try and find a foster, and I got mad when other people pet it, and so now I've had a cat for 10 years. But my story is not uncommon with Jody Chase and pets, and any way I can help her for the way that she helped me is what I am trying to do. So that is why that is my charity.
And I also chose Jody Chase's charity because if you are an animal lover and you live in the Central Florida area and you find an animal anywhere on the side of the road, at a bank, anywhere at all, if you can catch it, she will help you to get it fixed, taken care of, and then off into the world. And she was also trying to help me place several cats, so I may now own more than 3, and that
It's not a contest, Dawn.
and I'm not going to say an actual number. We're just going to leave it there. So yes, I'd like to be able to take.
So there will be kittens in baskets.
So make a donation and literally help us knock down the number of cats that we own. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's hear it for a Better Life Pet Rescue, and I give you the lovely Meghan Moroney.
I would be very brief. I just wanted to take a moment to say I only sang this song once in the club. It was my final night in the club before it closed. And good, bad, or indifferent, anything that I do well as an improviser or an interactive performer is because of the people I got to work with every single day at the Adventurers Club. Anything I do bad is because I am not as good as most of the people I worked with at the Adventurers Club. So I want to thank the heart and soul of the club, which was every actor who walked through those doors and made you laugh and made me intimidated and made me want to get to the level that they were at. So thank you, everybody who was a teacher for me at the club. You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say, I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings, as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts filled with passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. 10 years now. 10 years.
Meghan Moroney, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up little Johnny Connon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about John's charity. John, tell us about your charity.
Well, My charity is called Florida Little Dog Rescue because I don't care about cats. I've always been a dog person. That was a terrible thing to say. No, I love all animals. I love all animals. But yes, Better Life Pet Rescue is a wonderful charity and they do great things. So I was hoping to spread the love a little bit and denote my charitable donations to Florida Little Dog Pet Rescue. So,
Thank you, John. That sounds wonderful and magical. You like magic tricks?
I do love magic.
You like magic tricks?
As a matter of fact.
Well, go over there and tell me about it.
I would love to.
Oh, wow, look at here.
Working on some tricks.
I happen to see a magic cloak.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, the thing that I've always hoped I could accomplish with magic is
cloakage.
Yes.
Oh, this is light. It must be a diet cloak.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, watch here. Let's put this right here.
What I've hoped for.
Yes. Let's see.
Is
if I can make something.
If I could make anything appear in this room, it would be a very hot man.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The flesh.
In the flesh. Zeus.
Wow. That is quite a patina.
Yes.
It's been 10 years.
So speaking of 10 years, that's been a while. What have you been doing since the club closed?
Well, the first thing I did when the club closed was I stopped waxing. I didn't have to worry about Disney looking.
Rent yourself out as a Brillo pad.
I have. Yeah. Work opportunities were slim.
So,
all I knew was statue work.
Oh, really?
Yes. I did 2 years in the living room of Charlie Sheen.
Really?
I've seen some things.
I see.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So you hung out at Charlie Sheen's, and then what did that lead to?
Well, then I had to get out of there eventually, and then I wanted to return to what I loved, which is of course fishing. I love fishing, so I did 2 years of 2 seasons of Deadliest Catch.
I watched all that. I don't remember seeing.
The cutting room floor.
I see.
They didn't like it.
Story of my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
After that, I wanted to keep going in the film and television industry, so I moved to Atlanta.
Right, because there's no tax incentives to do anything here in Florida. Hollywood east my ass. Sorry, bitter actor speaking, bitter actor.
But I turned, working in the film and television industry, I turned this classic pose.
Nice.
To here.
Oh, nice.
Highly sought after boom mic operator.
Oh, very nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Zeus. You'll be around all night. Zeus, make yourself comfortable. Let's see, is that chair taken? You'll go over there? There's more room over there?
I'll be around.
I just want to sing boom operator.
He's a boom operator. All right, well, thank you, John, for telling us about your charity. Let's bring up the illustrious Joe Reed, ladies. Well, Joe is just 2 days away from knee replacement surgery, ladies and gentlemen. So let us watch as he makes his way up the stairs. Oh, oh.
Now, if that doesn't make you vote for my charity, then screw you.
Go for the pity vote. What is your charity, Joe?
My charity is Actors Fund. It's for actors who are down and out, people who need a helping hand, actors in the community. I used it once when I was a young actor in New York, and my father had a stroke. I couldn't get home to see him, and I went to the Actors Fund. They gave me an airplane ticket, and at the time it seemed like a fortune, $200, to go down and be with my dad in his last days. So, to the Actors Fund.
Very good, Joe. Well, since you're up on stage, you want to regale us with a...
what the hell?
All right. Joe Reed, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a little song I wrote, and I hope you do too. I come from Minnesota. I went to Tokyo to visit the land of enchantment and quaint pagoda. I almost died the night they tried to make me eat that yucky sushi. They say it tastes so yummy, but hey, I ain't no dummy. I knew no way it would stay down in my tummy, and I was right. I took a bite, no like icky yucky sushi. It took a while, but I finally agreed to eat that dish of dead fish and seaweed. What happened next, I don't know. I loosened my kimono and made a noise like the voice of Yoko Ono. And just like that, right on the mat, me sicky icky yucky sushi. Squid like I did, cause it makes you do like when you got the flu. So if you're in Nagoya, here's a suggestion for ya. Take my advice, stick with rice, and think twice before ya bow in disgrace. Lose lunch and face, no picky icky yucky sushi. Don't like that icky yucky sushi. Up icky yucky sushi.
To escort off the stage, we have Zeus. Zeus.
Joe!
Zeus?
Joe, I just want you to know my kids have been very good this year.
There we go. Slow.
Vote for the Actors Fund. Look at this poor old guy.
Very good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look, it's Jim Roberts on the keyboard, please. Let's go over to Jim. Talk about Jim's charity. Hiya, Jim.
Tell us a little bit about your charity.
Yeah, my charity is the Dravet syndrome charity. And my wife, who I noticed come in the back, she used to play tenor saxophone with Frankie and the West End Boys. And we have a 14-year-old boy. and he's 6'3", wears size 13 shoes. Anyway, her brother has a daughter, and her daughter is named Luella. They live up in Minnesota, and she has Dravet syndrome, and basically she has a couple hundred. She's 8 years old, and she's already had a couple hundred seizures, and the prognosis for Dravet kids is that they usually have a lot of seizures when they're young, and then the seizures taper off when they get to be 7, 8, 9 years old. But they very rarely live past 9 years old. They usually have a massive seizure and then pass away. She's now 8.5. She'll be 9 in a month or so. So we're just kind of hoping for the best. They started her on some new medicine, and she's actually gone 170 some days without a seizure. Whatever you can do, I'd be glad to limp. If I had a pain, I would do that.
Jim Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up, let's talk about our charity. Andrea, Canny, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I don't know, how many people saw Gypsy? Mama Rose. You didn't see it? You were up on stage all the time, you didn't see it? So, Andy and I are both giving to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. We both have stories about what makes it personal to ourselves. I'll let Andy start, and then I'll tell you mine.
In 1998, my dad was diagnosed with CLL, which is chronic lymphocytic leukemia, but it's stage 0, and thankfully he was asymptomatic until he died over a year ago, and immediately, my sister and I were like, we feel so lucky he's at stage 0, and that was almost 20 years ago. And so we just started doing years after years after years of mentorship work and raising funds for team and training, where you go do marathons, completely a natural thing for Irish people to do. So we would do them in Dublin, where we could drink on the trail, whatever. But we just said it's kind of a feeling of gratitude. There's so many people who do not have the luck, and sadly enough, I've had fairly a large amount of friends who are Italian, and if you get CLL and you're Italian, it's almost definitively a very short time before you're gone. So I was so lucky to have my dad almost 20 years before it never even took him. So it's my way to give back and out of gratitude.
I became we all have someone in our lives, and I would venture to say a lot of you, who cancer has touched their life. And a few years back, I lost my beloved mother-in-law, Marlene Coslin. And in honor of her, every year, my ex-wife, Jody Lane, who's somewhere back there, I think I see her waving in the back there. She raises money for team and training for the runs to honor and raise money for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, again with the talking problem. And she does it, it's Team Marlene in honor of Marlene Coslin. So we are sharing a tube. We share a tube.
Not the first time.
No. You say anything like an innuendo and people go, Great thing about a sexual innuendo is it can be taken more than one way. And I'm doing this while my 15-year-old daughter's in the crowd. Okay. Yes, great parenting. So, please feel free to donate. The way that it works is you can buy a poker chip.
do not keep the poker chip. We have a problem with people keeping the poker chip. The poker chip is for you to vote on a charity, and the charity that gets the most votes, they get a little bit more of the till. So it's a popularity contest as well. And I'm just saying, there's two of us. So it's us against Better Life Pet Rescue.
Andrea Canny, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not true. This is all friendly competition.
I've had booze all my life. Let's bring up Doug Mackay, ladies and gentlemen.
Doug, there's a microphone for you to talk to.
This mic is suspect. Is that mic?
Yes.
That mic is suspect.
So here's what I think it is. I think it's a volume thing, and so we have to pull back a little bit.
All right, I can do
so
that.
when we peak in volume, but when we peak in volume, it cuts out. Is that a fair assessment? Is that what the sound guy goes?
I think that was a good theory, don't you? Like good as anything else.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Doug, tell me about your charity.
Yes, my charity is I'm from the Great Pacific Northwest, and my charity is the Wilderness Society, which is a charity that is attempts really to preserve wilderness in the United States, wherever it may be. There's some of it in the Pacific Northwest, and it is the way things are going. Sometimes monuments shrink. How that happens exactly, but that thing's starting. So whereas I don't have a personal story like some of these other folks do, but my charity, it's important because if you do not give to this charity, the entire ecological complex of the world will collapse, and you won't be there.
Pull back. Not to be alarmist.
I am a doom peddler.
That's true. But something to consider when you're voting for charities. This man flew in all the way from Tacoma, Washington to be here. He hasn't been in Orlando in 22 years, and he came back for you.
Thank you. And I think he's going to do a little number for us. Doug Mackay, ladies and gentlemen. Hit it!
5'2", eyes are blue, but oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, never had no other pose. Has anybody seen my gal? Well, if you run into a 5'2", covered in fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet you laugh it is not her. Could she love? Could she woo? Could she coo? Has anybody seen my gal? Well, see. Yes, could you be my gal? Is it possible to face the light, my dear? Yes. How tall are you? Be real.
5'2".
That's what I thought. I had you pegged for 62 inches. And your eyes?
Very blue.
This is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have to work this a little bit, but apparently not. That's all right. Well, okay. Well, you're in my top 10. Oh, let's make a top 5. 2, 5'2", 5'2". 5'2", eyes are blue, but oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Why did I leave her? Up nose, turn down nose, never had no other boat. Has anybody seen my gal? Well, if you run into 5'2", covered in furs, diamond rings, all those things, bet you'll laugh it is not her. Could she love? Could she woo? Could she Has anybody seen my? You know what I mean by? Has anybody seen my guy? Doug Mackay, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Washington, Doug Mackay.
Where's Mark Miller? Is Mark Miller around here? Mark Miller. Miller?
Back here. Back here.
Back there. He's gonna, oh yeah, Mark.
Hey.
Hey, Mark. Come on up here.
Okay.
Talk about your charity.
I didn't know I was next.
Well, nobody knows they're next. That's how it works here. Oh, look at this. You've been working out?
I am. Yes.
Doing your
high crunches.
Your Pyrotes. Thanks for taking that journey. Now, Mark has a charity that he's sponsoring.
I do.
Sponsoring that is very, very near and dear to me and my heart. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
I certainly will. I'm with a band called Rusty Cutlass. That's Rusty with an R. And so I will be performing a little bit later on, but one of the members of our group is Graham's brother, Andy Murphy.
Yes. Where are you, Andy?
Andy is here, right over
there.
there.
There he is, back there in the corner there.
And Andy is here tonight with his lovely wife, Amanda. There's Amanda right there. You don't have to stand up, just wave, everybody. Amanda, unfortunately, has been battling, but very bravely battling, esophageal cancer. And she's been struggling with that, but she's doing well. She's here tonight, and we are going to ask you to contribute to Andy and Amanda and help them cover their medical bills.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you, brother. So you see, I'd already committed to a charity, and when Mark said, hey, how about we help your brother, and I could be in the show, and I said, well, you can't say no to that. So that's how Mark got in the show. Because it was a good idea, and I was so grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's also bring up Glenn Gover to talk a little bit about his charity.
Here, pick one, Glenn.
Very good for you.
I am here supporting Haven of Hope Ministries of Central Florida. They support people infected with HIV and also the homeless in the city. They supply food baskets to hundreds of families every month, and they provide spiritual support for the same. And they have a clothing pantry as well for people that need bedding and stuff for the homeless. And please give your support. They're a very small organization, and every cent you give will be well. Thank you.
Very good.
I'll just, and could you put that back where you found it? There we go. Just
of course I will.
Doesn't mean I'm gay, it just means I like it. Speaking of which, let's bring up Eric Bender. Eric's coming out tonight. There you go, Eric. Oh, I'm a quart low. How about that?
So she didn't let me pull that out.
I don't want to cheat on Glenn.
It's admirable in this day and age.
So tell us about your charity. Oh, now, ladies and gentlemen,
there was some confusion because people didn't know I was gay, so I was playing for another charity.
Well,
I'm not playing for that charity.
No. What?
If you know what I mean.
There was a couple of errors in the program and on the website. I had used old information from, some of these people are repeat offenders here for Adventures in Charity.
Community service.
That's right. So tell us about what your actual charity is.
My actual charity is the Center. They just opened a place in Kissimmee. There's also one downtown. It's for, yes, thank you, Julie. It's for LGBT community. They do free HIV testing. They do a number of great things for the community. They just opened a center in Kissimmee. It's a safe haven for gay people. I just want to say, if you've ever been to a theme park, you owe your entire day to gay people. be 10% of the population, we are 100% of your goddamn vacation.
Thank goodness they hire straight people.
I have good friends that are straight people. As long as
Some of your best friends?
Yeah, you know, I have some straight. As long as I don't try to convert you or like touch you, it's fine. I hate the sin, not the sinner.
I don't know what hashtag this is.
Us too.
Ladies and gentlemen, to sing for you, Eric Pinder.
Thank you. This was a song that I like to do, and it has audience participation, and you were all jammed in here, so someone's going to lose an eye. Digits. All right. You start out with a jaunty. All right. Arms akimbo. I used to dance under that name. And the first part goes, what ho, Mrs. Brisket? Okay, what ho is like, oh, hello, it's a greeting. It's not quantitative. It's not which ho. All right. What ho is a greeting. So you're saying hi to Mrs. Brisket. Jaunty, like you're walking down the street. Okay, we start again. What, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? So for this, you're going to want to plunge and hit your head on the table. So if you don't make it through all 4 verses, we'll know you're a wuss. Okay? Why not take a plunge and risk it? Right, swim. Water's warm and there ain't no crabs. And then you do this on crabs. And if you hit your junk, we're going to know. Start at the beginning for everybody. Here we go. And what ho, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? The water's warm and there ain't no crabs. All right, this part. Have a lot of fun among the shrimps and dabs. See, we didn't have dabbing back when the club was open. Otherwise, I would have done that bit today. Yeah, all right? So, water's warm, ain't no crabs. Have a lot of fun among the shrimps and dabs. I'm gonna need that drink right after, by the way. All right, have a little fun with the shrimps and dabs. All right, this is the shark. So if for a lark, some saucy old shark takes a nibble on your chocolate biscuit. Okay, those of you with side boob now, please be very careful at this point in time. Ow. 10 years later, I have side boob. Okay. All right. If for a lark some saucy old shark takes a nibble on your chocolate biscuit, then swim for the shore, we'll roar. Oh, Mrs. Brisket. All right, do the whole thing. Here we go. Arms akimbo. I took my day off for this. You better appreciate this, people. What, oh, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? Swim! The water's warm and there ain't no crabs, and you'll have a lot of fun among the shrimps and crabs. If for a lark some sauce out, let's live a line of chocolate biscuit. Ow! Swim for the shore and the crowd will roar. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? All right, faster. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? What did I do? Water's warm. You'll have a lot of fun among the shrimps and crabs. If for a lark some saucy old shark takes a nibble, I should have rehearsed this. Swim for the shore and the crowd will roar. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Faster! What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? Water's warm, there ain't no crabs. Have a lot of fun among the shrimps. For a lark, some saucy old shark takes a nibble on your chocolate biscuit. Swim for the shore and the crowd will roar. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Impossible speed! What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? Water's warm, there ain't no crabs. Have a lot of fun among the shrimps. For a lark, some saucy old shark takes a nibble on your chocolate biscuit. Swim for the shore and the crowd will roar. Thank you. Support gay people.
We're going to make a few announcements here. Let's bring our producer back up, Rob Croskery. So, Rob, would you explain the challenge coins to everyone and how that
All right,
works?
now the challenge coins that are on your tables, if you're a table person, and if you are a theater person in the back, hello! You still have an opportunity to obtain said challenge coins, at least a few of them, because we have a few left, by purchasing them and supporting charity in the far back corner. where somebody is wildly gesticulating. Yes, back there. And they're $5 a piece. And you have a limit of 2 because we'd like everybody who wants one to buy one. A challenge coin is used by most military units. For example, I often carry 3 of them. One in Special Operations Command, one for Lieutenant Colonel, one for the Military Academy, and so forth. And if you go into a bar, now, does anyone here ever go into a bar? I thought so. Well, being the heritage I have with Meghan, Moroney, and Canny, it's rare that I pass a bar. Lecturer O'Hodges would tell you that. So, if you walk into a bar and you see a fellow adventurer after you've met their steely glare, burning and steely glare, and after you then can pull out your challenge coin. Whip out your challenge coin, you place it on the bar, and you see whether or not said adventurer has brought the challenge coin with him or her. And if they have, and they slap their coin on the bar, you must buy them a drink. However, if they have neglected to bring said challenge coin and do not slap it on the bar, they buy you a drink. Now, this is probably not a good night to try it, because however, if there's a whole bunch of adventurers in the bar, you engage all of their steely glares, slap your coin out, and then you see who reaches and slaps their own coins out, and everybody that has coins gets a drink bought for them by those who do not. So now you know how it works. That is your challenge coin. It is your gift, actually your purchase as part of this charity, and we hope that you enjoy them. Thank you.
Very good, Rob. And people may buy them. Yes, that's the whole point. Very good.
Oh yes, they can also buy lanyards.
And you can buy lanyards too. Yes. Isn't that sad, ladies and gentlemen? A lawyer who never passed the bar. Sad. All right, folks. We have more charities we'll talk about in Act 2. Remember, there's more stuff to bid on in the silent auction. We talked about some of the charities, to get your ribbon. And to bring us home into our first intermission, Don McFarr, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Graham Murphy. All right, I just want to say before we head to our first intermission that this club we all know, we all love, and even though it hasn't physically been there in a very long time, and moving forward past this final charity event, it's so special that whenever you meet someone who had been there as a guest or someone who had performed there, as soon as you acknowledge that you knew that place together, there's an instant energy and just... Are you calling a cab? I don't know what's happening. I support you though. I support that. I just want to say it'll always be here in our hearts, and it will just always be home. I'm home. It's great to be here. Adventure keeps calling my name. I'd like to stay for about a year, but adventure keeps calling my name. I've been away so long, I've missed you so, and I can tell that you feel the same. I haven't felt so welcome since I don't know when. That's why I've come to see you all again. But it's time to pack my bags again, 'cause adventure keeps calling my name. Since I've been gone, hey, you've lost some weight. Adventure keeps calling my name. And you've lost some hair, but on you it looks great. Adventure keeps calling my name. I've been away so long, I've missed you so. I'm gonna do this one again. Oh goodness. Oh, okay. I think I just got a bonus for the show. No, thank you for being such a gentleman. All right. Sahara too, 'cause adventure keeps calling my name. Samantha. there's no use in stalling. I know that I'm falling for the call of the wild. Been sailing the Alps, swimming the seas. Adventure keeps calling my name. Been living in igloos and up in the trees. Adventure keeps calling my name. I ran into the wild man of Borneo. By the time that I was through, he was lame. I got a little bored among the opera crust. I'd rather take a risk, my hair can get mussed. I'm never gonna shake this wanderlust. Adventure keeps calling my name. It just keeps calling my name. I'll stay the night, but then I'm gone. And we're into intermission. Thank you.
When that lights up, you'll be applauding, laughing, and cheering as it were. But we want to practice that to really make sure we have all the applause and laughter we need. To raise will be the applause sign. It's easier to see here. And when he flashes, I need you all to fall. All right? And flash. Reflash. Reflash.
Your smile, your sigh, your wonderful charms, your lips, your eyes, your two loving arms. I love you, my darling, I do. Lord of the moon and you.
I've discovered through much research and microscopic use of the microscope, fleas are very, very interesting little critters.
You know what the state motto of Wisconsin is, don't you, my dear? Come smell our dairy air.
We belong to a mutual admiration society. Ladies and me, we belong to a mutual admiration society. They think I'm beautiful and fine. They think that I'm wearing a lot. They say that I'm the sweetest one. Oh, they say I'm the sweetest one. They claim that I'm a natural witch. I bet she's just the opposite. And that's the way we pass the time of day. The ladies and me, oh.
And be careful not to do your good deeds if there's no one watching you. And if you're looking for adventure of a new and different kind, and you come across a Girl Scout who is similarly inclined, don't be nervous, don't be flustered, don't be scared. Be prepared. Deal some real adventure.
Excuse me, Fletcher, what's this evening?
The others won't believe it.
They'll be jealous. Where's the secret?
I'll back to leave tomorrow.
Excited. Where's the secret?
Oh, here, let me.
Oh, I no longer have the power to move.
What?
Let's hit the road with our
How about those videos, huh? Yeah, those videos were put together by our, he was my very first Dave the Sound Guy, and you never forget your first. John Nebulous, ladies and gentlemen. And we have to thank, for the archive footage, John Batchelor, ladies and gentlemen. And Steve Cluck. You get to see yourself referenced in your own video that you're taking right now. Let's bring Sheila Ward up on the stage. Hi there, Sheila. Hi.
Hi,
Yeah, there you go.
Hi.
There you are. Well, tell us a little bit about your charity.
I just want to state first, I'm a huge dog lover. I'm a dog person. I love dogs. Terry Ward and I have dogs. That's all we have because then I worked. So we have dogs. So I think dogs have gotten enough money the last few years. I mean, I love dogs. I do. I love cats, but I think, I don't know, I think, yeah.
You know,
So this charity...
Dogs are fine.
They're fine. They're fine, but they win every flipping
Yeah,
year.
they do.
You know, and I love them dearly, but my charity's all about me. Seriously, it's an autoimmune disease that I was diagnosed with 2 years ago. The worst thing that could happen is it could become non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, so I could benefit from a lot of different charities. It's Sjogren's syndrome. It attacks my saliva glands, my tear ducts, so I always have to have gum in my mouth. My teeth are decaying. I'm probably going to have dentures by next year. I don't know. That's not true. But I need a lot of money for dental stuff. But the charity, the Sjogren's Foundation, they're doing more and more research trying to figure out how to send it into remission, how to get rid of it, how to find a cure. It was discovered in 1933 by a gentleman named Sjogren. That's right, Mindy Wally Dietrich said, I put the show in Sjogren. But it's S-J-O-G-R-E-N-S. So I'm just, and I think I told you about this last year, I get a monthly newsletter called Moisture Seekers. Only I would get the autoimmune. Yeah, I would get the autoimmune that has a newsletter called Moisture Seekers. Thank you. So please give to that. Save the dogs, but save my mouth, my decay, my heat, everything. Drying up.
Simon says. Only people over 50 get that. All right, well, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you.
Who knows what will happen? And,
Yes.
And there's...
Don't worry, I'm not going to share any of my dryness with all of you.
There's
Come here, John.
I think there's another microphones down there. There's a few more microphones down there.
Okay. Which one do you want? Which one? Here, take this one. Whichever one works. Right here.
Okay. You know, like Abbott and Costello. Wait. I'm glad I'm seeing you here tonight because I accidentally got a copy of the Moisture.
Did you? Moisture Seekers.
Seekers. I found it in my mailbox and I was like, I'm way too young for this newsletter. But I wasn't insinuating that your age.
I think you were.
I was not insinuating your age. I was talking about was my age.
Right.
But let me.
Speaking of relationships,
yeah, what's important is, I'm just curious, is Terry single yet? Because I would like to. That seems strange to me.
That's because, I mean, Disney has been great with relationships.
Yes.
Have you ever dated anyone in the club?
No, I have
not.
Oh, well, I dated the rodeo clown, the bartender, Don Douglas, yes.
Okay.
I remember some.
Okay.
Did you ever make out with any of the actors that we work with?
Not that I'm at liberty to really talk about.
Okay.
He had me sign an actual disclosure at the time.
The only time I ever kissed one of the men that we work with, it was Doug Mackay in the Colonel's Niche.
Look at him.
Yeah,
So
but
excited.
you know, speaking of Terry, though.
Well, yeah, because
I mean, I met Terry at Walt Disney World.
Right.
Yes, yes.
What-
I was his second wife. Yeah, funny story. Let me share it with you. Years ago.
Yes.
Remember when a few of the girls were let go?
Uh-huh.
You came in then.
I was in at that time. Yes.
And Disney decided to bring back a young lady, Andrea Canny.
Very talented.
Okay, whatever.
All right.
Terry's first wife. Do all of y'all know that?
I can.
Yeah.
I can see how that could possibly complicate the situation.
I
mean,
can train her.
I know.
the singer, Andrea Canny.
She was the first. She was saying she was the first bell. She was the first bell.
I was the first guest on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The thing, you had him first.
I did have him first. I didn't have him first. You had him first. I mean, I'm
We never just. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is getting incredibly personal. Incredibly personal.
We worked through it.
We have worked through it. There seems to be some residual happening here. Some little residual. A little bit. But I tell you, ladies. I tell you what. No crabs. No crabs. No crabs. This is the sign for no crabs. Okay. You know what I think, ladies? I think that deep down, we really love and respect and admire each other, no matter what our personal complications have been in the past.
Yeah.
We really do. We care about one another.
That's right, we just have our own way of showing it. Right, ladies?
Right.
Buckle your seatbelts.
We belong to a mutual admiration society. The ladies and me, we belong to a mutual admiration society. They think I'm beautiful and smart. They think that I'm a work of art. They say that I'm the sweetest one.
They say that I'm the sweetest one.
They claim that I'm a natural wit.
I claim she's just the opposite.
And that's the way we pass the time of day. The ladies and me, we belong to a mutual admiration society. I think she's absolutely great. She says, oh, it's a family trait. She thinks that I am heaven sent and should become a president.
The way she carries on and tends to just embarrass all her friends.
And we go on like that from night till dawn. The ladies and me, we belong to a mutual.
I'm gonna sell it for Terry. Remember me?
Oh my
See this boy?
not good boy.
Oh, don't kid yourself, my dear. And stop that screaming in my ear.
The only fighting that we do is just who loves who more than who, and that is how we'll still be years from now.
You and me.
And me, and Terry, the girls and me, the ladies and me belong to a mutual admiration society.
One of these ladies is not like the other. Welcome to Sesame Street After Dark. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up Jay Becker to talk about his charity. Jay Becker, ladies and gentlemen. Jay, nice shirt. You win the shirt award. There you go. Tell us about your tell us about your charity.
So sorry.
Yes. Wait, they changed mics because these work better. So yeah.
It's like a hairless triple.
That was my dancer name.
I know. I too have my charities, the Actors Fund. You may not know this because you look at us and you think, wow, acting, but it is not the most stable of businesses. True. So joke. Now I just laugh. Oh, sucker! No, but anyway, so the Actors Fund is there to help actors who are in trouble, and it can be of all ages, as you heard Joe say. But as you get older, it's a great fund, and obviously, if you enjoy the work of actors, this is a great way to support them in their throughout their lives. So that's it. And I'm going to just throw something a little extra out there. This is, if you're ever looking for a charity to support, the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network is just something out there that, trust me, I'm not going to get into details, but trust me, it has become very recently very near and dear to me. So I'm just throwing out there, if you're looking for something like, I have a few extra dollars I'd like to throw towards a charity this year. Trust me on this one, you'd be doing some good for someone very near and dear to all of you. So thank you so very much, and please support the Actors Fund.
Thank you, Jay Becker.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Glenn Gover. Someone's been buying hats at the International House of Pancakes.
Oh, merci, mein Herr. Hello. I'm Hector Flodges. I would, at this juncture, like to do a little number about a woman who is very near and dear to the gentlemen of our club. A stripper down in Kissimmee. Stubbs. Lydia, oh Lydia, say have you met Lydia? Lydia, the tattooed lady. She has eyes that men adore so, and a torso even more so. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the queen tattoo. On her back is the Battle of Waterloo. Beside it, the wreck of the Hesperus too. And proudly above waves the red, white, and blue. You can learn a lot from Lydia. When her robes are unfurled, she will show you the world. If you step up and tell her where, for a dime you can see Kankakee or Perry or Washington crossing the Delaware. La la la, la la la, la la la. Lydia, oh Lydia, say have you met Lydia? Lydia, the tattooed lady. When she stands, the world grows littler. When she sits on Hitler. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the queen of them all. She once swept an admiral clear off his feet. The ships on her hips made his heart skip a beat. And now the old boy's in command of the fleet. 'Cause he went and married Lydia.
Over, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up to talk about their charity, Mary Thompson Hunt. Hey there, Mary.
Hi.
Hi, tell us about your charity. Yeah.
Well, Graham, friends, I'm choosing Central Florida Community Arts.
Uh-huh.
And I'm choosing it because I believe that the arts, well, first of all, that's what brought us here today.
Yeah!
It did. Thank you, Julie. And, of course, Julie. So, we all have dedicated our lives to doing what we do that brought us here tonight. But there are young children out there who maybe have a talent, and I think that when you help them develop that, it makes our world I don't know, I think it makes it a better place. I'm losing my words now because I was going up next act. But I just think that the arts are very important. It teaches us how to feel and how to have emotions and how to have, what's that word? Empathy for others. Yeah. We need more of that.
The world could use a lot more empathy now.
So what they do there at Center for Community Arts in this community, if you don't have money, you can have voice lessons or piano lessons or dance lessons for free. They're starting to do something with older people called Magical Memories for older people who are losing their memory. And they're starting to do something recently for older people that are starting to lose their memory. Just give them your damn money.
Henry Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. That was very good.
So now, her charity's been corrected. It's not what it is in the program. It's what she was telling you about, and it's properly labeled on the tube. Remember, you can buy those chips. Don't keep them. Put them in a tube. Speaking of putting things in a tube, let's bring up Andrea Canny.
Dried up a long time ago. Sorry.
Terry says hey!
What? Who says hey?
Terry.
Hi, Terry. Awkward. I think the most fun thing that Sheila and Terry and I like to do together is make other people extremely uncomfortable with how comfortable we are together. Which is fun. Anyway, so it's difficult to set this number up because I can't mention the character's name, I guess. So I'm just gonna choose someone out of the audience to talk to, like my little itty bitty sister. Okay, because sometimes you gotta give baby sisters something to, aspire to. Hello, Beardy. Come here. That shirt is something else. It is something else. What is it? I don't know. It's carpet. What's your name?
Max.
Max, you know what? You look an awful lot like my baby sister. She's a bit mannish, but that's good for you. No, not so good for her. But she's always trailing around after me and just always trying to be like me. So I thought, maybe if I could practice on you, then maybe when I go see her, when I go back home and visit her, that I can help her. Would you be up for that?
Absolutely.
What'd you say her name was again?
Max.
Max. Max. What just happened? The voices of liberty now. All right, let's hit it, Jim. Whenever I see someone less fortunate than I, let's face it, who isn't less fortunate than I? My tender heart tends to start to bleed. And when someone needs a makeover, I simply have to take over. I know exactly what they need. And even in your case, though it's the toughest case I'm yet to face, don't worry, I'm determined to succeed. There's so much more than meets the eye. Up my lead. And yes, indeed, you will be. I feel like I'm Better Life Pets Rescue right now. And I love him, and I pet him. He's mine. Indeed, you will be popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper ploys, how to talk to boys, little ways to flirt with clowns. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular, and with an assist from me to be who you'll be, instead of jurying who you were. Oh, I totally screwed up the words. Popular. All right, so let's work on the hair. How long have you been growing this? Since Thursday? Don't eat that, that's for Thursday. This is amazingly soft, but why did you choose to just grow it in the back, not on the sides?
Balding.
Did you say I'm baller or I'm balding? No, I don't think you're balding. Anyway, this is very nice. Give it a little twirl around. See? I don't call that balding. That's impressive. You look like Dog the Bounty Hunter a little bit. Except according to BuzzFeed, he's changed his whole look. All right, let's hit it, Jill. And with an assist from me to be, this is a slow part. And with an assist from me to be who you'll be instead of dreary who you are. There's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular. Lar, everybody! La, 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 la. We're gonna make you popular. When I see depressing creatures with unprepossessing features, I remind them on their own behalf to think of celebrated heads of state or especially great communicators. Did they have brains or knowledge? Don't make me laugh. They were popular, please. It's all about popular. It's not about aptitude. It's the way you're viewed, so it's very shrewd to be popular like me. You're very sweaty. Your disinterest, I know clandestinely. You're gonna grin and bear it, your newfound popularity. Everybody sing and sway, come on, Max. La, 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 la. You'll be popular, just not quite as popular.
Hey, Babylonia! Yo, Stoneface! Let's get together tonight and do something off the wall!
I hated the Yakuza. Every time in the main salon, we'd be in the middle of a bit, and someone would trigger that godforsaken chairhead dusty ass
I'm
thing.
hanging on the wall, just hanging on the wall. I see. Ow! Do aerobics.
Are you done? Mike Isom, I know you have control of that button.
Wow, it's off to work I go.
And we're done. Okay, no, I was here because I don't feel safe. Someone's trying to take me off the wall and move me down to the hangar bar with my sister.
Fabulonia.
LaRue!
Yes.
I was having a horrible nightmare.
Oh my goodness, you were moaning and groaning.
Yeah, and the Yakuza was here.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and they were trying to move me off the wall. I need protection.
All right. Like maybe an alarm system or?
No, LaRue, it's a good thing you're pretty. I'm thinking of protection like bodyguards. Yeah, this old bit. Yeah, you know.
Like physically able-bodied men.
Really hot,
Really hot.
really hunky, and they can hashtag touch me wherever they want to.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right. I've got a gentleman right there in the glasses. Yes, you.
No, Julie. No, Julie.
We're looking for men.
Men.
Yeah, men. All right. Okay.
Babylonia. LGBT. What?
All right. So, sir, what is your name? Since we'll get a little bit of your family history, since it's taking you so long to get to the stage. He's moving backwards. What's your name?
Will.
Will. You will do just fine. Come on over here. Will,
there's a will, there's a way.
There's about to be a Will's way. Will, please be careful going up the steps. Head right on over there and talk to the goddess while I find your beefcake counterpart.
Will, where are you from?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, really? Ooh. Philadelphia, Puerto Rico? You're a world traveler. What do you do there?
Bartender.
Nice. And an all-inclusive?
No.
No. At a Fridays? Who else?
All right, and then what is your name? Gary. Come on over, Gary. We're going to bring you up stage here next to Will. And
Gary.
Address the goddess.
Gary, where are you from, Gary?
Oh, wow. Can you see that? He's already dropped down to his knees. And
LaRue.
Yes.
No, I can't see it. This is going great. Man, I need you to pass 3 very simple tests.
Over here, Gary. Come on over here, right here. Okay, perfect.
And we want to do this. You know what? The first test. We need a visual aid. Let's bring Zeus back out.
Oh, yes. All right.
See Zeus there? We call him God with Rod.
Okay.
I can't believe I remember that. Okay. Is he posing?
You need him to pose. Okay, there we go. Zeus, we're going to bring you over this way.
Meghan, come to the mouth.
There we go. All right. Yes, Zeus is in proper pose.
Make it work.
Okay, now I can pay attention. All right, do me a favor. On the count of 3, I want you to pose like Zeus. Yeah. Count of 3. Count of 3. This is why you're a bartender in Puerto Rico. All right. Gary, what do you do for a living?
Jet fuel system.
He fixes jet fuel systems. I'll show you my turboprop if you show me yours. On the count of 3, you know, pose like Zeus. What are you doing? Keep that stuff up. Okay. I was hoping for a small relief, weren't you, Meghan? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Precision.
I bet you're checking them out.
It's not bad.
I feel like a female Donald Trump. All right, here we go. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. All right. Next test.
Can they release? Can they release? Okay.
Next test. Yes. Next test. I need you to. Why don't you bow down to me? Bow down to me. I am the stone goddess. On the just drop to your knees.
There we go.
Nice, Gary. Nice. Oh, Zeus is doing it too. That's good. We never saw that in the club. Good, now come back up. Come back up. Good. Okay, now this time, put your hands on your hips. your own hips.
Just like Mike.
Oh my word, these jokes come back. Okay, all right. Zeus, you can do it too. Are you doing it? Oh, look at that. Nice.
Would you like me to hold you?
All right. Dawn, are you trying to grab his rod?
I wanted him to be able to put his hands on his hip.
Okay.
Without poking someone's eye out.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Put your hands on your hips. All right. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, cha cha cha. Hoo, hoo. On the 1, 2, 3. Look at Gary looking back at me. On the 1, 2, 3, go left, right, left. And on the hoo, hoo. Yeah, you know what Mama wants to see. All right. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cha cha cha. Hoo, hoo, 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 hoo. Give it up for Gary, Will, and Zeus, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, guys, gentlemen, thank you very much. All right, well, Babylonia, are you feeling safer?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I am. So
Okay.
safe.
Okay. Excellent.
Are we done? I'm going to sleep. Oh, oh. I'm asleep now. I'm asleep now.
How about a round of applause for Babylonia?
And John McFarr, ladies and gentlemen. To talk about their charity, I'd like to bring up Phil Card, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Card. How do we filk? We filk hard.
I wasn't told I was coming up at this time.
Yes, you were. I just announced you.
It feels impromptu.
That's right. Phil, when did you start with the club?
I was the second wave. There was one wave that was there for 1 week in rehearsals in March of 1989. I came in April 9th. I came just after Julie got there.
And what, pray tell, is your charity this year?
So, my charity is KIVA.org. There is an opportunity online for anyone in this country who can to give money, to actually donate money, to actually loan money, but really you're donating. I'll explain it to you.
So it's KIVA. It sounds Jewish.
KIVA.
Sounds Jewish. Is it?
Yes, it is. It's also an Indian word for the meeting place of men.
They were the first tribe.
The first 12, actually. That's it. I guess you have to be Jewish to understand that.
All right. Inside, my ex-wife is laughing hysterically.
So, KIVA.org. People give $1.2 billion every year to 81 different countries to people who want to start a business and don't have the funds to do that. So let's say I want to donate $100. So I'm going to put $100 there, and 25 of it goes to one person who's got a business in Guatemala. I give another $25 to a person who wants to take a loan in New Mexico. No, Old Mexico. and so on and so forth. And they have a 97% return payback rate, but 100% of it goes out in the field. Once I get that money back, turn it around to somebody else. So we're helping people all around the world make a living for themselves like we get to here.
Well, that's fantastic. A round of applause for KIVA and Phil Card, ladies and gentlemen. You're not up yet, lady. Okay. Because we have to bring up now Mr. Karl Anthony, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. Karl.
This doesn't feel right.
This doesn't feel right? All right. Okay. Some actors can't perform without props. It's a disease. You're watching me? I'm watching you!
I see. Good. Well, then since you seem to be embodying this, we'll talk about your charity after your number. Some actors lose their identity if they don't remove their props. So.
I was gonna have better life. I was gonna have better life. Pet rescue be my charity, but. There's a bit of an issue right now.
The cat is saying, "This doesn't feel right."
But Kitty, it is.
They'll serve anything on Mills Avenue, won't they?
That's right. All the pussy on a stick you can get.
And what's your charity, Karl?
The Texas Civil Rights Project. They are doing everything they can. They do a lot of things for civil rights, and specifically in Texas. But right now, they're focusing on reuniting families that were separated, for the families that were seeking asylum here in the United States. This is not a political statement by any means. It is just wrong for families to be separated, and this organization is a first-rate charity, and they're doing everything they can legally to give legal counsel and to help out families be reunited with their children.
Chandra. So you have that cat on a stick. You can do anything
Well,
with it?
okay. Yes, I would like to talk about that.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I will leave. Ladies and gentlemen, Karl Anthony.
I'd like to, at risk of being maudlin, I'd like to just, a couple of minutes. Thursday night was difficult for a lot of us and a lot of you. Just sitting there and looking at my Facebook feed. And I was getting very nostalgic. And I kept thinking about it. And about a year ago, the Edison opened up, and I kept thinking to myself, oh my God, they called me up and asked me to become one of the performers there as the inventor, and I kept thinking, oh, I'm going back to the Adventurers Club. And I kept thinking in my head, it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same. But there was something in the back of my head that kept thinking to me, this might be it. And it wasn't. And then I started remembering everything about the club, and Thursday night it all brought it back, and watching these videos it all brought it back, and it was because all of you weren't there. The club was just brick and mortar. It was the nights that we were going out there and having such a good time, and you were there helping us have this good time. And I miss those nights, and I miss all these people, and I miss my friends, and laughing, because every given night you never knew if you were the funny one or not. You would just hope to God you were the funny one that night, and if you weren't, you gravitated towards the funny one and hope some of it would rub off. There were nights where nobody was the funny one, and we just freaked out and we got through the night. But there were nights where all of us were firing on every cylinder. And those nights, all the nights were magical, but those nights were something special. And I miss those nights, and I miss all of you. And right now, there's nothing more than I would like to hear Andy Clark regale me with a lot of bad puns. So you can never go home again, but maybe tonight we can for just a little moment. So. Yeah. And I was going to sing Cat Got Dead. I was going to sing it, but then I remembered my mom as a kid would always sing to me a song that was a Christmas song, but it was a special song between my mom and I didn't get a chance to sing it when the club closed, and I thought now is the perfect opportunity to sing it. So Meghan, would you help me out with this song, please? Because I'd like to sing a song that I sang at last year's Glorious Moods of a Sandusky Christmas concert. It's about a donkey. Miss Perkins, I need your help. It feels really weird to be wearing this hat and being aimlessly all looking.
Otis is going to be so mad if he sees you still there.
So-
All right, I will be happy to help for you. Is it Gloria? Do we get a verse? Do we get a verse?
No,
Do we
that
get a
isn't
verse?
it. I want you to make it sound like a donkey when I point to you like this. So let's try that.
A donkey.
Well, like this. Hee-haw! Hee-haw! Now you try.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
No, Miss Perkins, more like a donkey. You gotta go like this, like hee-haw! Hee-haw!
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
That's great, Miss Perkins. You're just like a donkey.
Thank you.
Hit it, fingers. Hey, jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
The Italian Christmas donkey. That was great, Miss Perkins.
I tried.
Now, all you people, you get to sing too. You get to sing the chorus, which is la 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 la. When you sing it in key. So let's try that, fingers. And here we go. La 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 la. Now you. La 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 la. All right, here's the story. Santa's got a little friend. His name is Dominic. The cutest little donkey, you'll never see him kick. When Santa visits his paisans with Dominic, he'll be, because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy. Hey, jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's Dominic the donkey, jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
The Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la. La 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 la. Children sing and clap their hands and Dominic taps his feet. They talk Italian to him and they feed him lots of treats. Spaghetti, pepperoni, and spumoni he loves best. He eats as much as he wants and for Santa leaves the rest. Hey, jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's Dominic the donkey, jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
The Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la. La 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 la. Jingle bells around his feet and presents on his head. Did I say this for Italian? It's been 10 years.
Let's check in his lyrics. How about if children sing?
I like that one.
All right, let's do that.
Dance break. Children sing and clap their hands and Dominic taps his feet. They talk Italian to him and they feed him lots of treats. Spaghetti, pepperoni, and spumoni he loves best. He eats as much as he wants and for Santa leaves the rest.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's Dominic the donkey, jiggity-jig.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
The Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la. One more time. La 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 la. Hey! I love you all. Thank you, everybody.
Karl, Anthony, ladies and gentlemen, Meghan, Moroney.
The cat got dead. Be ready for some special rotisserie later on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we do our final number leading into our next intermission, just a reminder, I want you all to, what? Vote. Vote, yes. A reminder to vote. This is your final intermission to vote. Now you've heard all of the charities We hope that you've been moved by some. We hope maybe you learned some things you hadn't learned before about certain charities. If something speaks to you, please put that into action. Buy a chip, put it in a tube. Don't put it in your pocket. Put it in your tube. And speaking of wonderful things in tubes again, my totally tubular wife, Emily Murphy.
So I think what's being missed is the purchasing of the chips is your opportunity to stuff the ballot box in true Otis Run fashion. Stuff the ballot box. So you have wonderful charities to choose from. You can support more than one. We'll be announcing our winner at the end, and it's going to be a big old pile of money. Woo! So I'll be out there by the tubes. I'll be barking at you. Don't keep your poker chips, you scoundrels. We didn't get all our poker chips back last year. They're just regular poker chips. They're not special. Okay, thanks.
Emily Murphy, my wife. Not to make me lose her, Emily Murphy, my daughter. We don't live in Kentucky. Hey! There is a man, you met him earlier, Mark Miller. Mark Miller brought something very, very special to the club in his time as Otis. He brought something called the Rhythm Ritual. Do you remember the Rhythm Ritual? You don't have to. Mark Miller.
Yes, sir.
Where are you?
I'm coming.
All right. Look. Oh my gosh. It's drums on parade. Well, we needed to cut something for time, so here we are.
All right. Keep talking, Graham.
All right. So, Mark Miller subbed as Otis Wren for a short time. I've known Mark since I moved to town in 1992. He's a legend here. He worked, oh gosh. Mark Miller was, he's a man. And no one understands him but his woman. And even she's scratching her head.
She left, by the way.
She left?
Yeah, she couldn't take it anymore. All right, I need to help with the rest of the adventurers. Anybody want to come up and help?
Yeah. All right. Jamie Lane, ladies and gentlemen, helping with the drums. Ladies and gentlemen, after this ritual, it's intermission. We go right into it. So, clap hard and exit strongly.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Is this thing on? There we go. Hey, everybody. How are you? Are you having a good time? All right. Well, you know, we used to do this thing called the Rhythm Ritual. We're going to do it for you right now. We brought in a ringer. We got a guy here that was one of the founders of the Jammers at Epcot.
And he was the drummer of the other band.
Yes. Yeah. You want to play? You want to play with us? You can play. Sure, why not? Anybody, any other adventurers want to play with us? Yeah, you play the maracas. That'll be good. So we're gonna let Paulie, that's Paulie Collins right there. He's gonna kick it off, and we're all just gonna try to jump in where we can. And anybody want to play right down in front? Anybody want to tambourine anything? Here. Anybody want to shake something? You want to shake it, lady? Okay, shake it. There you go. All right, Mr. Paulie, whenever you are ready, take it away.
Everybody clap your hands like this. My grandma to your grandma, sitting by the fire. My grandma to your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about here now, here now. I go on it. Jagamoopy la jamale, jagamoopy la le. My grandma to your grandma, sitting by the fire. My grandma to your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about here now, here now. I go on it. Jagamoopy la na na le, jagamoopy la. How about these microphones, huh? So, you may have noticed that I have a stage voice. Okay. From the diaphragm, Graham. From the diaphragm. I don't go out with her anymore. She switched to a nouveau ring.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, a little announcement. You saw on the air, on the screen there, Tish Mayash. The lovely Jamie Roberts. She's in the program. Unfortunately, she had an emergency with her dog. Her dog had surgery, and she's being a lovely, loving dog mother and taking care of her pooch tonight. And she just wanted to have me express to you how much she is here in spirit. So thank you. What?
She said, give to Sheila's charity.
She said, yeah. Speaking of sick dogs. So now what's our mic situation here? Because it's important that we have microphones for our next act. Do these don't work?
I don't know.
They will when they're plugged in.
Turn it on.
Last thing I think about the box that you plug in. This is not getting any better. The bottom part. Okay, stop helping. Stop helping. So these will work. So it's safe to bring up the next act.
Wait, Mike is coming in.
No. Okay. Oh, you have to turn them on? Well, that changes everything. Ladies and gentlemen, he was our Dave the Sound guy up through the closing of the club. Mike Isom, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Isom disciplining the mic. Isom. Okay. So let us bring up Mark Miller, ladies and gentlemen. And this one works. Hey, hello. I'm doing well. Hey,
Oh wait, somebody dropped their conch.
Yeah.
Do you know how to play this thing, Graham?
Yeah.
Let me see you blow.
I heard that you blew the conch once in college.
That is only a rumor.
It's not plugged in.
Sounds like he's in need of Better Life Pet Rescue.
He needs moisture.
Never had a lesson. Moisture.
Would you like me to try?
Yes. Yeah, I know.
I think I should have brought my own.
There we go. All right. Are you aware that you have a steering wheel in your pants?
There we go.
It drives me nuts. Hey! Hey, Graham, why don't you introduce the guy to your left there?
This is my brother, Andy Murphy.
Ahoy there!
You can play anything with strings.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, one of my charity this evening is for our friend Andy and his lovely wife Amanda. Andy, would you like to say a few words about Amanda's journey?
Well, thank you folks for being here and for supporting all the charities. It was really rough that day in June. My birthday was about 1 week ahead, and Amanda gets diagnosed with cancer. We hoped that we caught it in time, but it turned out that when it was diagnosed, we discovered it was stage 4. But my wife has really been a trooper, and her morale is really fantastic. And our wish for you is we hope you never get hit with the surprise that hit us.
So as Andy said, every one of us knows somebody that's been going through this. So if you are able to help, not just us, but any other organization that helps out people that are dealing with the overwhelming medical bills and cost of that disease, please donate for that. But Graham, we're going to sing some pirate songs. My friend Eric Pender was backstage. He asked me to sing some songs about some salty semen.
What do you do with a drunken tailor? What do you do with a drunken tailor? What do you do with a drunken tailor? Early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Hey! When I say hey, you say what? Hey! What? Did you hear about the pirate who went on vacation? No! He needed a little R and R. Oh, way up she rises, way up she rises, way. Get his hooks from? Where? The second-hand shop. Oh, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Hey! What? Why did the mermaid wear seashells? Why? Because the bee shells were too tight. Oh, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Last one. Hey! What? Why did the ocean roar? Why? You would too if you had crabs on your bottom. Oh, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the The seaweed is always greener, it's up and it's in lake. Sing along! You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. What more is you looking for? Everybody under the sea. What? Under the the Sunday slave away, while we devoted, good God no floated under the sea. And all that floating under the sea, under the sea. When the sardine begin to make it music to me. What do they got? A lot of sand? We got a hot crustacean man. Each of those clap ya, know how to jump ya under the sea. Each of those slap ya, cutting a rug ya under the sea. Each of those stave you know how to wear ya. That's why it's hotter under the water. Yeah, we're in luck ya, down in the muck ya under the sea.
Let's see. Oh, Andy Murphy Unplugged. There we go. That's it. Had more chord than that when I was born. That's it. All right.
Your daughter is so proud of you right now.
Very graceful. Very graceful. We rehearsed this for hours, and there we go. And all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up John Connon. Hello. This is longer than I expected it to be. Perfect. I would like to share with all of you a song that I learned back in my childhood. We used to have career day in our elementary school. And folks from around the community would come and talk to us kids about what they did for a living. And so I learned this one from our town postman. Do we have any postal workers in the audience? Thank you. Wow. Foot. It goes something like this. I am happy, I am gay, sometimes I come twice a day. I'm your mailman. Grab your knockers, ring your bell. Don't you think I'm sort of swell? I'm your mailman. I can come in any sort of weather, 'cause I have a sack that's made of leather. I don't care for keys or locks, I'll just stick it in your box. I'm your mailman. Take it away, Bud. This is so weird without tap shoes. I will do interpretive dance instead. I'll just go to the big finish. I can come in any sort of weather, 'cause I have a sack that's made of. I don't care for keys or locks, I'll just stick it in your box. I'm your mailman. John Connon, little Johnny Connon. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Phil Card.
I just... Oh. Sorry, I'm on delay.
Well, thank you, Graham.
He's like a scary uncle. He's everywhere. But you know it's me, your favorite adventurer. Yes, halfway to Umber Brown. Isn't this wonderful, ladies and gentlemen, fellow adventurers, to be here with the brotherhood and the sisterhood of those who hail to the adventurer's flag. Hear, hear, and congaloosh! It's true.
Are you in the show?
That has to be Kurt. Kurt, shut up. You waited the whole frickin' show to say nothing until I got up here. Oh, if I could see you now. Do you like my outfit? Yes, I chose this tonight because I didn't want to be pretentious. I didn't want to outdress everyone else. So I chose the casual beach look. Do you like it? Thank you. Yes, many people have been giving me compliments. It's for the beach. Why not? Yes, in fact, I wear this everywhere I go, and people say, you're, especially women, say this, you're like my kin doll. And you can be my Barbie. Or my Betty. Clearly that was obscure.
Can I call you Al?
That's the name of Barbie's favorite doll friend. You thought I had a script, didn't you? Why change when this works for me? Well, I indeed am up here not to sing. No. Instead, I am here to introduce someone who has surprisingly become like family to me. Yes, I'm mentoring him now. He's actually like that illegitimate son I never had. I mean it, really. Yes, in fact, he asked me to mentor him. So I've been teaching him manners. I've been teaching him about women, anatomy. We've become like bosom buddies. Even at this moment, I'd appreciate just hearing Kurt say an insult or something.
Mr. Brown, do you have a song?
No, but I know someone that does. Please, would you welcome Mr. Amos Browbender? So yes, it's true. I have been. All I can hear is. How many positions of me do you want, sir? Okay, sorry. Yes, I am here to sing a song. And I want you to know that I picked this casual beach look because it's a song about an oyster. Yes, Mr. Brown wanted to dress up originally like dinner, like formal attire, and I said, no, let's do something better, like this for the oysters. And he said, okay, we'll do that. But remember, you don't want to dress
sesquipedalian, and I have no idea what that means, but it must mean something like about age, because he's getting really old now. So, I would like to sing a song about an oyster. Yes, I don't, maybe you don't know this, but... Okay, sorry. I'm just pulling stuff out of my... Okay. It is National Mollusk Month. Yes, and the favorite call of all mollusks is... It's a sad sound, really, because when they're out of water, that's all they can do. Without the water, they go... So please, let's sing a song about the tail of the oyster. Fingerless. Down by the sea lived a lonesome oyster. Every day getting sadder and moister. He found his home life awfully wet and longed to travel with the upper set. Poor little oyster. Fate was kind to that oyster, we know, and one day the chef from the park casino saw that oyster lying there and said, I'll put you on my bill of fare. Lucky little oyster. He see him on his silver platter, watching the queens of fashion chatter, hearing the wives of millionaires discuss their marriages and their love affairs. Thrilled little oyster. See that bivalve social climber feeding the rich Mrs. Hoggenheimer. Think of his joy as he gaily glides down into the middle of her gilded insides. Proud little oyster. After lunch, Mrs. H complains and says to her hostess, I've got such pains, for I came to town on my yacht today, but I think I'd better hurry back to Oyster Bay. Scared little oyster. Off they go to the troubled tide, their yacht rolling madly from side to side. They're tossed about till that poor young oyster finds that it's time he should quit his cloister. Up comes the oyster. Back once more where we started from, he murmured, I haven't a single qualm since I've been with society. Good finish! But society has had a taste of me. Wise little oyster.
For loyal service to your country, we are giving recognition award the cast. And Phil, this is a special Adventures in Charity medal. And if you will take your hat off, please.
Of course.
There we are. You guys are musically inclined, and that's a good thing. You know what? Jim's here. I'm going to give Jim his. That looks very good. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen. It's, hello, I'm not sure you're in the right plane.
I'm a junior adventurer from Erie, Pennsylvania. I was looking for the Adventurers Club, all I found was an electric company.
Don't worry, no one's going there.
Well,
I'm looking.
yeah, that's not. Wait, no, wait a minute. Well, let's get you on up here. You look like you have a lot to offer. No stranger danger here. What would you come on? Let's encourage her.
Would you hold my bag?
Very good.
Don't touch my unmentionables. I mentioned them. Hello, my name was Blamo Evil. They misspelled it on here.
Icicle. Popsicle. Testing. 10 years ago, this outfit was kind of cute, and now it's just looking a little creepy. And these are now bifocals. I'm a little uncomfortable. Sir, could you hand me my cow, please? Could you hand me my cow, please? Could you hand me my the cow, dude, with the pictures. Actually, why don't you come over? Yeah. Because you seem like the adventurous type, plus Eric and John paid me each $5 if you would come on stage. So actually, for this, we'll get to it. Slow down, boys. Slow down. Take it slow. All right. So, what's your name, sir?
Flying Jack Grayson.
Flying Jack Grayson. Sure. All right. So, Jack. Is that short for John?
No.
Okay, because that makes no sense. All right, so I'm going to sing a song about my cow. Would you like to hear a song about a cow? So would I. I hope I remember the words. All right, so here during this song, every once in a while I'm going to point at you and I'm going to moo. And every time I say the word moo, all right, I want you to take Bessie. I want to hold her above your head, all right? And I want you to do it. You've got that, boy. You got the touch. You got the dice. All right, yeah, but come on. Look, they each gave me $5, so come on, shake what your mama gave you. All right. I wonder why. You know what's funny is I'm not. So all right. So and actually, folks, all right. So and you all have a job too, okay? When I say humu and he's doing his animal dance, I want you to look in the sky. All right. I want you to look in your. I want you to use your imagination. Pretend that there's a cow hanging over each and every one of your heads, or a chicken in your case, sir. All right. Yeah. And every time I say moo and he's shaking his moneymaker. Or you might have to give some back after that. All right, so I want you to reach up there and grab a couple of those squiggly things and milk like this. You can make the wait, save it, all right? And okay, so fill Angie's. My daddy gave a cap to me for a Christmas present once. What's the words again? Start upside down. My daddy gave a cap.
I didn't sing this, and I know these things.
Oh, come on! I'm over 50 now. My daddy gave a calf to me for a Christmas present once. I picked a little heifer out because both of us was runts. She never had much sense, but she grew up right somehow. And when it comes to giving milk, she's an educated cow. Moo! Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. She got more milk than any cow allows. In the morning she is pasteurized, at night she gives homogenized. Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. You can tell that some of you have pulled a few in your day. And some have very soft hands. I took her to a county fair to try to earn a prize. She knew just what was going on, I seen it in her eyes. But the contest made her nervous, she tried so hard to please, that when I went to milk her, all I got was cottage cheese. Moo! Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. She gives more milk than any cow allows. Cha-cha-cha. In the morning she is pasteurized, at night she gives homogenized. Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. All right, I really want you to go for it, and you really just need to, get in there and go all Magic Mike on it, all right? So. I planted me a tater patch to try to earn some dough, to take a short vacation with this pretty gal I know. But no one would milk my cow, no matter how I nagged. So he took my vacation, leaving me to hold the bag. Moo, everyone! Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. She gives more milk than any law allows. In the morning she gets pasteurized, at night she gets homogenized. Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. Let's hear it for Jack! And all of you! Give me my cow! And Graham Murphy!
Yes, yeah. All right. Now it's time to talk about, we have one marvelous opportunity, two marvelous opportunities. We're going to, at the, can we do the auction for the big pieces at the after party, do you think? Just pretend? It's close, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, do you like this Babylonia? Do you like that archway that you walk through? We're going to put them up for auction right now. No, we're not?
Give me my suitcase.
The arch is already auctioned. Babylonia then. Okay? You could walk out with Babylonia, right? Let's finish the show with her first. So if I can have a little more light in the house, we'll just do a quick auction. Can I have a little, so we can see the people so that...
Turn on the lights!
Turn on your heart light. Turn on your heart light. Very good. Oh, we got the back of the house. Good. We got the... Yay! All right.
Does this work?
All right. Okay, so we have this marvelous styrofoam stone goddess, Babylonia. Got all the features, hot and cold running mouth. So let's start the bid at $20.
$20.
Okay, raise your hand, and then if you can also help me because of the lights. So $20. So do I hear 25?
I'll give 25. You my limey.
25. Legitimate bids only. Is that in back in the house? 50? 50? 55?
Does Sheila come with it?
55. Sheila does not come with it. She comes separately. Do I hear 60? $60. $60. 65. 65. 70. $70. 70. Let's just skip to 80. $80. $80, anyone? Let's see, 75. 75. 75, 80, $80, $80, going, 75 going, 80. What? Where? Oh, thank you. So 85. 85, 90.
No, don't hold your hand up unless you're bidding.
Are you bidding? $100. Okay. 105. 110. 110. 105 going. 110. 115. 115. 115, 110 going once, 115, 120, 125, do I hear 125? Okay, 130. 130, 125 going once, 130, 135 anyone, 135, 140, 140, 145, 150, 155, 155 anyone, 150 going, 155, 160. 160, okay, 165, 165, 160, 165, 170. 175. 175, 180. Do I hear 180? 175 going once. 180, 185. 190. 195. Do we have 195 anyone? 195, 200, 200, 205, 205, 210, 215. This is exciting. 215. 215. Oh, he's scratching his ear. Okay. So 210. 210 going once. 210 going twice. 215. 220. 225. 230. It's when you go to the dentist. 230, so 225 going once, 225 going twice, 230, 230, 235.
You're just holding on for the suspense.
235, 230.
What are you talking into?
230. Was that a bid? You raised your hand.
Please keep your smart ass to a minimum.
Yes. So
This is serious.
we're at 230. 230 going once, 230 going twice, 230 sold!
There's no mic here. What's going on?
Oh, yes. I'm ready for you to read.
So I have the winners of the auctions from the back. And after the end of the show, you'll just head on back there, fork over your cash, take your prize. I have Linda Offhealer, Joe Machado, Emily Collins, Steve Roth, Mark Harper, Matt Pfeiffer, Angel Kira, Kathy Eaton, Randy Jackson, Sandra Martin, Adrian P., Ellen Connor, can you flip that? Thank you. Tim McMurdy, Mark Roeder, maybe? Bidding on the Comic-Con tickets? Dude, your handwriting. Megan Moroney. Megan Moroney got her candles. Hey! Joseph Jones. Andy Canny. There was a no. Andy, you won something. Sarah Griffin, Cindy Smith, John Madel, Liesel, Joseph Adams, Kevin Soper, Vicky Burrs. This isn't you. This is Jason's handwriting. So it's been translated twice. 3 under the bus. Beep, beep. Max Schilling. Outer Rim Gin. Zane Soper. Linda. Oh, you won 2 things, Linda. Don Oxtott. Kay Shankora. Emily Collins. Steve Cluck. David Stone. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Those of you that are interested in the See Emily and Jason after items, which are the drum centerpieces, the Aladdin lamps, the Nepalese paper lanterns, the small flag strands, the large flag strands, the jellyfish, flying carpets, and clouds. At the end, I'm gonna go stand on a chair, and whoever comes hand me their money the fastest gets to have a thing. We'll take your information and we'll get them to you. If you are a person who wants the popcorn buckets for $5, come to me bearing your buckets. Okay, sound good? Great.
Bearing your buckets. Yes, and we have a raffle. Would you be the lovely raffleette? This is for the Arnie and Claude dual masks. Get your tickets out. Sean, please display. There we go. Sean Tucker, one of our board members, ladies and gentlemen.
697-9597.
Yay! Congratulations. Any other raffles?
We're doing good. And let's see. We wanted to take a special moment and thank, you may have noticed, Meghan, come forward and display the lovely medal around your neck.
Oh, absolutely. What am I doing?
See, all of the actors have been honored with their participation for adventures in charity. We give these medals to people who have made an impact on our event, thing that we're very grateful for. And I'd like to read a list of the recipients. We have Sean's mom, who's just here, Carol Tucker,
Bernie DeShane and John Majors, Hank Machuga, our amazing lighting team, Ryan, DJ, and Blake.
Ryan, DJ, and Blake, ladies and gentlemen, back there, running lights.
Dawn Oxstadt for providing awesome artwork for us over the years.
She's Karl Anthony's beloved wife.
George Rodriguez for bouncing prowess. Mike Isom, George Rodriguez, John Nebulous, sorry. Liesel Schneider, John and Anne Marie. Oh, sorry. Schindler.
It's a list. You should have gotten that.
It's my turn.
Okay.
John and Anne Marie Porgliano. Brad Starr, my wonderful assistant with the decor in the back. The beautiful archway that blew your minds tonight, Drunk at Disney. And Dean Nash.
A round of applause for the recipients, please. You are all lovely and good people. And I think you're... ladies and gentlemen, did you like the Yakuts? It was made by this woman right here.
Hanging on the wall, just hanging on the wall.
All right, let's see. Now to give us the results of the evening, we bring you our producer, the man responsible for the evening, Colonel Robert Crossstreet, retired.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, when we started this last adventure, we had hopes, high hopes, that we would somehow manage to at least match what we had done before, which was $15,000 last year. Pretty impressive, right? Then the board said, well, we can do better than that because it's the last one. More people will show up. Maybe, just maybe, we can get 20,000. A lofty goal indeed. However, I regret to say that we did not make $20,000 tonight for charity. We made $25,100. Which exceeded my wildest, well, maybe not my wild, which exceeded my reasonably hopeful expectations. Now, as far as the winning charities are concerned, first of all the charities are amazing, worthwhile, and all of them will get a significant sum out of this adventure. However, there are three that are going to get a little bit more. In third place, Help Amanda Fight Cancer. In second place, the man with more names, actually the charity with more names in some ways, but the man with more names tonight than Terry Ward's wives. The Gover Foundation for Mr. Jim Roberts. And in first place, the Leukemia Center. So a big hand for all those amazing charities. But my part is not yet done, because this happened If you walked in and you were amazed by everything that was out there and all that was put together, it took a lot of hands, a lot of work to make this happen. And I'm going to start with two very important ones that run my life. First of all, during the day, my lovely wife, she's at night, my lovely secretary, Sandra, who dug loans during the time of the day, makes sure everything at Crossbury Law Offices goes well, and she did a lot of work on this event as well. She did the first 20 iterations of the seating chart, which is no small feat, trust me. And then, of course, at night, my lovely wife, Melinda, she has been my rock, and she has done a fabulous job, and she has put up with all this for years while we've done this. And the reason we've done it is what you've seen, the amazing brotherhood and the amazing spirit of the Adventurer Club. And for me, it was extremely important, and I'll share this, because when I was going to the Adventurers Club during the weekends, Melinda was running the law office, Sandra was helping her with that, and I was seeing every day all sorts of extremely bloody and distressful things on the RedNet at Special Operations Command. And during the weekends, I wanted to come and relax and forget about what I had seen, forget about the soldiers I had talked to with the post-traumatic stress syndrome. And the Adventurers Club was, for me, a moment of respite and laughter that was very important. And I suspect I'm the only adventurer that ever showed up after negotiating a deal with the Marine Corps in battle dress uniform on a certain weekend in June. And I was not invisible, trust me, no matter how hard I tried to be. Having said all that, I now want to bring up, and please hold your applause till we get them all, because there's a whole lot of them. I want to bring up every member of the board. We're going to start with the lovely Emily Murphy, who's going to assist me with handing out the medals. Responsible for all the amazing work that you've seen, and every single Adventures in Charity that we have done, which has tracked the Club Creed, is represented in the back room. Climbing mountains and all that. Secondly, I would like to bring up, if he is back there somewhere, Jason Shuck, who has helped with the auctions. Come on up. Third, I'd like to bring up Tika Chu. Tika Chu has done the amazing artwork for the site and is just a great web person. I would like to bring up as well the amazing Sean Tucker. As chairman, bouncer, organizer, person who gets everything together. I want to bring up none other than, and as each of them comes up, they're getting their medals from Emily. Ian Janasco, are you there somewhere? AKA Meriwether Pleasure. And I don't know if you can see her or not. You may not be able to see her, but Mandy Schroyer. Mandy? Come on up. Ah, yes, there she is. And there's one other member of the cast who's not here yet, and that would be Graham Murphy. Just a caring. So, ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for the Board of Adventures in Charity?
And esteem for all of your hard work for the past 10 years of continuing the adventuring spirit.
Oh, it's not together, but it's and it says
Kungaloosh, Rob. 10 years of adventuring spirit.
Very good. there was a guest in the audience who wanted to do a very brief presentation for Ian Jones. Yeah, has something he wants to say. And I'm sure he speaks for everyone that agrees with him.
Thanks everybody for turning up. We said thank you to the crew, but I think the biggest person who needs a big thank you is Rob. But before we do that, does anybody here, other than the cast member, been here, the club, that paid admission before December 1990? Is anyone here? Okay, I can see one at the front. Anyone else? Anyone? Okay. I would like to speak on behalf of the veteran members of the clubs, and I'd like to say, Rob, I would like to ask you to become the father of the club, because for me you'll never give up presidency, and as a token of esteem from the veterans, to meet with your Irish heritage, I hope you appreciate. It actually says lively, which I think describes Rob's position amazingly. So thank you very much, Rob. Everybody's doing a good job. Thank you. You enshrine the spirit of the club so much. Thank you all.
Very good. Let me just hold on to that, Rob. Here, I'll make you a trade.
Oh, Irishman. All right, a big hand for my lovely cast, and thank you so much for all you've done. And now, before we do the final, I won't say it, I'll let somebody else say it. But before we do the final adventuring spirit thing, traditionally I do one number, and this was a hard one to pick, because for years all of us have enjoyed this getting together, but everything has a shelf life. Everything has a time when we all have our own shelf lives. There's a time when we will be moving on to the next great adventure. And so it just seemed right. This is the 10-year point, it's a decade point. The moisture is giving out, the memories are failing. The tubes are hanging on, but only by a stretch. And so I'm not a cast member, I can say it. Fingers, give me a lead in. And now the end is near, and so we face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state our case, of which we're certain. We've had an adventure that's full. We've traveled each and every highway, but much more than this, we did it the adventuring way. Regrets, I've had but one, and I think now's the time to mention. Although the club's not coming back in brick and mortar, well, here's something without dissension. It lives in the spirit of all that came and enjoyed our time in the club every day. And so, much more than this, we did it Amelia's way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, Otis bit off more than he could chew. But through it all, and there was how we ate it up and drank it out. Oh, I stood tall and faced Babylonian tall and did it the adventuring way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, we find it all a bit amusing to think we did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, because we had each other and did the adventuring way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, well, he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows we took the blows and did it the adventurer's way. Was the cast's way.
Ladies and gentlemen, and before we do this, we're going to have another adventure maybe join us. Tim Goodwin got here really late. And he's one of the original members of the Adventure Squad. We have time for one more song here at the We're going to start soft. Bring it down. This was easier 10 years ago. It was a lot. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, how I wanna be in the number when the saints go marching in. You love me? It's me. We've got some people to thank, so we're gonna. How about that? We're at the Holiday Inn. We've had some fun. We've had some lights and sounds and laughs. But we can't do that without everyone who helped give it up for the staff. Go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. How I wanna be in that number when the saints go marching in. Mary Thompson Hunt, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Holiday Inn and Mr. Staff, we want to thank you so very much. And if you really had a good time together, to the person next to you, reach out and touch. When the saints go marching in, go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in, how I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a fellow who is a hero, and he's a lot of his own money he's spent to make sure we could all be together for this wonderful event. When the saints, I'm talking about Rob Roscoe. Go marching in.
How I wanna be in that number when the saints go marching in.
Everybody, when the saints go marching in.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. How I wanna be in that number
gentlemen. Okay, pictures of this picture. Okay. Just very briefly. Very briefly.
Short people in front. Yeah, get center, Zeus.
Okay. Where's Zeus? Oh man. Here, let's back up. Where's Joe?
Yeah, baby. Wow, this is like the last night all over again.
Some of us didn't get to go.
Get Jim in the picture.
Jim!
He's tall. He gets to stand back. John Nebulous. Let's get John Nebulous and Mike Isom up in the picture. Make way for John. He's coming through over that side. Let's have a lot of alums here. Very good.
Can you put it on the back?
Very good.
You haven't friended me yet.
Very good. Okay, we're going to do a countdown on the pictures. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! All right, folks, we need to empty the room right now. And what? We don't have to? We don't have to empty the room.
Let's trash it! All right! Party!
We've got 20 minutes. Let's. Oh, really? Okay, 20 minutes and then Applebee's after that. That's what we'll do. All right. Mix, mingle, drink.